This is so sad, bro.
Are we having fun yet?
All right, guys, so I want to change it up. I want to talk about this Jaxon Hayes situation because it's all over the news. Everybody's talking about it. And I have to say that I understand where people are coming from. But at the same time, we start getting into the realm of, wow, he's so stupid. How can you do something so stupid when you have so much money and you have so much going for you? Which is true. But at the same time, man, it's just a sad situation overall. So I definitely want to go through this article and also go over the arrest in and of itself because there's controversy all around this entire situation. And honestly, I'll just be real with you. I'm a Spurs fan, and this is not something that I'm used to talking about or used to seeing. So this whole situation with Jaxon Hayes, I have to say, man, it's a tough one, and he could have very well destroyed his career with what happened. So let's go through it. So Jaxon Hayes facing 12 charges, including battery against an officer after July arrest. So if we go through here, New Orleans Pelican Jaxon Hayes was charged with 12 different counts on Monday after he was arrested last summer in Los Angeles, according to ESPN. Hayes was charged with 3 counts of inflicting corporal injury to a spouse, 2 counts of domestic violence, or not violence, I'm sorry, battery, 1 count of battery against an officer, 1 count of false imprisonment, 3 counts of vandalism, 1 count of aggravated trespassing, and 1 count of resisting arrest. That's ridiculous. And honestly, I don't know all the ins and outs of this situation, but I will say this one, the resisting arrest, I think that this was one that probably should be dropped, but that's just my opinion. We'll look at the video in a little bit. But going through here, let's scroll down a little bit. Jaxon Hayes arrested in LA in July. So Hayes was arrested July 28 at a Los Angeles arena home he was staying at. Police said they were summoned to the home. That is weird phrasing. They were summoned there? That's weird. To the home on a domestic disturbance call after a cousin of Hayes' girlfriend called and said she was texted by Hayes' girlfriend that he had become loud and violent. Footage from the incident showed police arriving at the home and speaking with Hayes and others in the driveway. Hayes, who was not armed, then became agitated and started arguing with officers after they wouldn't let him go inside. Things quickly escalated and officers wrestled Hayes to the ground. So let's go ahead and go straight into that video and what exactly happened. So this is TMZ, and this is the situation where it escalated pretty quickly and they had him on the ground. And I'm not sure if this is what they're going off of when they're talking about the resisting arrest, but I'm not completely sure. But let's go through this. This is really sad situation. So trigger warning ensued.
Stop! Get your hands off him now! Stop! I seen this whole thing.
Badge numbers.
No! No! What is that? What is that? Stop! 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 Please! Please stop! Please, Sophia, help me! Please, Sophia!
It's a little. It's a little ridiculous. It's a little excessive, if you will. So that charge, I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, but in my opinion, just my humble opinion, it was a little excessive. I don't know the whole situation. I didn't see the whole footage, but that in and of itself was like, I don't know. If you're going off of that, I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and keep reading. Things quickly escalated. Officers wrestled Hayes to the ground. One officer then placed his knee on his neck. Yes, we didn't see that. The knee was there for a few seconds before another officer stepped in and told the initial officer to move it. Hayes gasped out at least 4 times that he couldn't breathe. He then gasped, "I'm a blessed soul." Okay, so first and foremost, Jaxon Hayes. So this whole situation that's going on with him and his girlfriend, in which he became loud and violent. Keep in mind that when they're saying domestic battery, we don't know exactly what that means. That could be a plethora of different situations that he put himself in. It could be as simple as a push. It could be as drastic as, a punch. We really don't know. But overall, it doesn't seem like it's in this realm of domestic violence that would result in a felony. A battery would more than likely just be, from what I understand, would be a misdemeanor. So we're assuming it's nothing like this where it'll be bodily harm or sexual assault. serious bodily injury on the victim, sexual assault on the victim, prior convictions of domestic violence. You have prior convictions from other crimes. So he's probably not going to be in the realm of felony, right? But I will say this. A lot of people are going to be really quick to say, how could you do something so dumb when you have so much money? And I don't think that those two things really matter. When you're young, you're going to do a lot of dumb things. Like, keep in mind that, let's just think of this situation, okay? If we had a time machine and you could go back and talk to your prior self from, let's just say like 10, 15 years ago, and you tried to give yourself advice after time traveling, do you really believe that your younger self would even listen to you? Probably not, okay? Because yes, you make a lot of mistakes, you do a lot of dumb things when you're younger, but when people start saying that you have so much money, why did you do this? Well, think about certain situations in your life where maybe you were blessed in certain, realms of life, and you still screwed up and you still did something that was dumb. We do things that are dumb all the time, but the difference is when you are famous and you are a basketball player and you do have money, you're held to a higher standard. And, I'm not going to say that it's unfortunate, because I think all of us should be held to a high standard. But when it comes to this situation with Jaxon Hayes, it just seems as if he's getting dogpiled maybe excessively. But he does take a huge chunk of that blame. It seems as if, in my opinion, okay, just my opinion, it seems like Jaxon Hayes really need some help. And I mean really, to the point where, they're texting each other, people that are really close to him, and they're worried about him. I don't think this is one of those things where anyone set him up or just wanted, him to get in trouble. It seemed like he genuinely was getting upset. And I'm not going to sit here and try to diagnose him. I don't think he should self-diagnose. But at the same time, it just sounds like it's a lot of mental health things that he's dealing with right now. And I really hope that he can get over it. Now, as far as his NBA career, I'm going to be honest. I think it's over. I really do believe that this entire, incident that he's dealing with has ruined his career. And the reason why I believe that is because his productivity, while it's not bad, I don't necessarily think his productivity is good enough to merit this behavior or a franchise really dealing with it this much. I feel like over time, he's just going to be obscure and out of the league due to these counts, because honestly, guys, this is just too many. A lot of NBA players can get away with certain things, but you can only get away with that if you're exceptionally talented and you're producing on a crazy level. And he's not necessarily doing that thus far in his career. Young career, but thus far in his career. And honestly, when you're looking at 12 different charges, I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel as far as you having a prosperous NBA career. I just don't know if they're going to take that chance. I think part of this, honestly, and this is just my opinion, I think part of this, why the NBA hasn't really gotten too tough on this, was this whole situation with the excessive force, because you didn't want to necessarily make the situation worse by completely throwing him under the bus. And it seems as if, as far as his teammates and everyone, they haven't necessarily thrown him under the bus just yet. So right now, I think that while he might have a career, I think that it's going to be done with pretty quickly. And it's unfortunate. NBA teams don't want to get rid of their 8th overall pick, but it just is what it is. I really hate this. I hope that he gets the help that he needs, because it definitely sounds like some anger issues, to the point where, people that are very close to him were worried. So we'll just see. We'll see what happens with them. This is partly why I love being a Spurs fan. We don't deal with this at all, but unfortunately, it's going to happen out there. So look, guys, I know this was different tone, different type of video, but it was definitely something I just wanted to talk about just overall, okay? Because on this channel, I do whatever I want, all right? I talk about whatever I want. That's just what I do. But anyways, if you guys want to support the channel, it's only $2 a month. Become a patron or a YouTube member. I'll get with you guys later, man. Until next time, deuces.